Thrand here, and I'm here with the Medieval Shoppe Type 6 pattern welded Viking Sword. This is a beautiful sword. It looks a lot like some people will recognize the Swords and Stone monument, or the Three Swords monument in Stavanger, Norway. It looks a lot like one of the swords from that. This three lobed pommel, if that's what you want to consider it, three lobes or lobs, some people will call it that, and that style where it's riveted on and the tang comes up through, and underneath there where this is hollowed out is peened on. This specific style is a Type 6 wheeler, is what some people would call it, and I think it's this specific design is a Type R variant of Peterson typology. So it's a beautiful sword. It's got an extremely long blade, in my opinion, especially for the Viking era, early migrational sword, which this is very remnants of that, being pattern welded. You see the beautiful design in the blade and the fuller. It's excellent. I love the feel. I love the way this blade feels. For the cast blow, marvelous. The handle isn't that long. That's one thing that I like about this. It's a leather wrapped handle, but it's actually about 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches, which means it's more historically accurate than a lot of models you see, because they will make the handle too long because they're thinking not of the cast blow when it's thrown out and how the pommel behaves in the hand. They're thinking of, I guess, that you need a gauntlet or something. A lot of times a gauntlet was not used. We've talked about that in videos with the round shields and so on, the larger rounds, early migrational rounds and Viking era rounds, the hand's behind the shield most of the time, so you're not going to get a damage, just like Roland Warzeka speaks of as well. Beautiful sword. Your old Tim told me I was going to love it. He sent it specifically to me. This one actually is the one with the sheath. You can order it with or without the sheath. I think it's only about a, I guess, 10 or so currency difference, dollars difference. The weight, it's about, I guess, 2 3/4 of a pound, almost 2.75 of a pound, something like that. It's 31 inches long, the actual blade, and the point of balance is right at about 6.5 inches. What we're going to do today is we're going to test it out on an analog ballistics gel head. We might come back later and test it out on our rolled wet tatami newspaper, the poor man's tatami we use in some bottles and stuff like that. But today we're going to focus on the head, and we're going to go ahead.
We're just going to cut to the chase.
Yeah, we're going to go right out there and do the head. That's what we're going to do today. See how well it performs. So I can't wait to get out there and try it out, and let's get going. All right. Now it's my pleasure to test the Type 6 pattern welded blade from Medieval Shoppe. I love this sword. It's my new favorite, but I'm going to see how it performs today. As you know, during the Viking Age, we believe the cast blow was predominant. We agree with Roland Warzeka that the blade was thrown out from behind shields. I mean, that brings in all different kinds of angles to the blade, and the way the blade is balanced and designed to cut, it'll cut with any portion of the blade. And as we found out, even the very tip can be lethal against gambesons and cut into stuff you wouldn't even believe it's possible to cut into. So, and that's with the cast blow. So yes, we believe that's how it was used, not sword fencing as much. I might start off, because this is our same head that we use light cranking type blows with a katana in a previous video.
That was in our Hachigani
video. And that was to test the Hachigani. So yes, we don't waste anything. The head, yes, people said they felt cheated because they wanted to see the head totally destroyed, and they felt like he survived too well. So we're back with this sword today.
Yeah, we don't waste a thing.
No, on this head to mess it up. But to start off, I might do that. I'm going to start off as if I was in a civilian situation without my scabbard, with just my sword, and I might just try a really light blow and see what this sword will do. Just a light blow to the head. Curiosity. Nice.
You flayed some flesh off of the top there.
Yes, we knocked flesh off, and we have a new cleft into the skull just from a light blow like that with a one-handed weapon. I'm very impressed. Not bad. We got a lot of the same thing we got from the katana. You already know what to expect on this, but we basically got the same thing. We've got a new cut into the flesh and a new cleft into the bone. As if you look here, you can see it. We've got less blood, so you're not seeing the blood just start dripping out as you normally would, but that came from a little light blow from this. You watched, I didn't do much. I tried to streamline it and just get a little bitty hack into the skull. So yes, it's possible in that type of situation to use a sword like this. But now let's do what it was actually meant to do. Let's throw some really tremendous cutting techniques and see if we can take that head out. All right, like I said, I'm going to continue with a more powerful blow. And in this case, I will be casting the blade out, mostly using my arm. If you're watching what's happening, I'm allowing it to not necessarily slide in my hand, but that's the position it's in and up in because I'm throwing it out, and then I'll let my arm follow through. So we're going to use the weight of the blade and let it do the work. And that way I won't be stepping. I can be standing if I was standing here with my round shield, but without it so you can see the technique. And I'm going to go ahead and hit it as hard as I can in the same type of manner and see what the difference is. Oh! I would say that's a significant difference. It went clean through. Beautiful cleft into the head. Look here, you can see the tremendous difference. We have a hole into the skull. This would definitely be into the frontal lobe, but the brain, I think the man would be dead instantly. I think there'd be a lot of action going on here. And unconsciousness. Of course, we already had a little bit of damage to the skull, but still, if you look at what this has done, that's brutal, is what at least to say.
Nice.
Holy. Now that's what I call a wound. Look at this.
That's insane.
That's unbelievable. I love it. I love that. That cut is just... Yeah, that is definitely a kill in my opinion. If you're not wearing a helmet, that's pretty much it with an early Viking sword. And all that is just me not even using a lot of energy. It's just me casting the blade out and allowing the blade to do the work. That's the way the blade was balanced, and that's what allows it to work so well and keep you from getting tired in combat. Especially in the early migrational era swords.
I really like that pattern welded blade.
Oh yes, it's performing extremely well. And it feels really good to the hand. Like I said, this is my new favorite.
Well, with that full tang and that pommel, that really helps you with that cast blow. I think that's why you got all that damage on that shot.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the construction. These are so well made. All of this pattern welded blade and the Damascus blades are. All right, a lot of people like to see the back edge cuts. A lot of times they're done with some kind of shield, especially in groups that do them. They don't have to be, but in this situation I'm going to be using it like if I had a shield, but I'm going to use this on my arm just in case it does have any overswing. I have something to help stop it. I know that sounds crazy. Just a little thing in my head that yes, if it somehow magically went clean through, yeah.
Nice.
And the angle I did this at, a lot of people would say that like SCA blows wouldn't do anything. Maybe not against certain armors. We're not arguing that. You know, I mean, certain armors, just helmets can't be pierced with almost any kind of cut. They get dented. Heavy enough blow can, you know, ring your bell depending on what kind of padding or strapping you got in it. But yeah, this is our best skull cleave ever. We went into the skull. It's hard to see here. You might have to come around. And yes, we have blood running out. That is nasty. I have no doubt with that much gel that it's gone through. If this was at a spine level, it would damage the spine and kill the man, or even the back of the skull. That would definitely go into the back of your skull. That is a lot of gel. We usually have more gel in the back than we do in the front because the way we set them up. Normally don't attack the backs, but
Typically when you travel through that much gel though,
yes, and still into the skull, if it was just like the front, it would go much deeper. So that was a powerful blow. I'm totally impressed. This sword did its job and then some.
It's incredible.
If that was the back of someone's leg, it would cut all the way to the bone through the hamstring.
That's a scary sword.
Beautiful, I love it.
Oh yeah, that sword's scary, man.
Well, we always get requests for that, back edge cuts, and especially something that's a total wrap like they use in the Society of Creative Anachronism. And yes, I'm not saying that they don't work. It's just in certain armor situations, you wouldn't want to hit the armor that way because it wouldn't do any good anyway. But if you got lucky and got in just that right spot where there's less armor, and like as we showed, the tip shot will cut into the gambeson as well. If it's just the tip hits, if you make just the tip hit the gambeson, it's more likely to cut through. So, beautiful. Oh! Whoa! We went clean through the jaw. This is just hard. And we've taken the skull and the spine out. Even though it didn't quite make it through the other side, the top of this man's face, through this jaw that we have in here, and through the rest of the skull and the spine that we have, was destroyed. We almost took the top of the head off. That
Almost.
is insane, yes.
Almost.
You would think it would go clean through. I meant to hit a little higher, yes. If I would have hit right on the skull beautifully, it might have. But at this point, I think it's just going to tear it off. There's no point to hit at the top. I was trying to hang just a hair higher. Just a hair.
Oh! Jeez!
And yes, we have a clean decap. We just lost our bottom piece.
And we forgot to put tarp underneath the head again.
Oh, again. Get the, can you get the ring for me and bring it over? We got a perfect ring where it went through the neck. I aimed the hair low. If I would aim the hair higher, it might have stayed on our pedestal.
That was awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah, we got a clean decap. That went through.
I think it almost kind of surprised you how clean it went through.
Oh yeah.
I kind of saw the look on your face.
Any resistance hardly. But
That was an awesome look, though. That look said, "Holy shit!"
But
that
I
was
aimed so low, I didn't mean to, because I tried to get a really nice clean cut here, and I aimed a bit low. So still nice. I like it.
that was a nice clean decap.
Well, when you aim low like that, what happens is the bone also tends to shatter some, not just cut, the way our bone is. So, of course, you know, as it's cutting.
Yeah, PVC doesn't really cut well on impacts like
no,
that.
sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. But this one, yes,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't
so
cut
low here, and that's what caused us to have kind of a jagged cut here.
But that-
It's not necessarily the sword. It was the explosion of this and it trying to follow through, like fly off the pedestal.
Yeah, but
It
even
still
at
made
the
it
end of your
completely
cut,
through
it
the
still
gel.
had a nice clean.
Oh yeah.
If you look at how nice and clean the gel looks when it's cut,
oh yeah.
even after shattering the PVC, it retains that clean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the unusual shape at the back is a little bit of a tear, but it's because it was flying through the air. It lost the pedestal.
I think so far it's one of the best Viking swords we've ever received from Medieval
Oh,
Shoppe.
I love it. It's my favorite. I just like the design so much. It's a good quality sword. Let's see if we can set him up here. There you go. But anyway, I enjoyed the sword. It's immensely good. I don't know how to explain it. This is superlative. I love the design. I feel like I'm disgracing it now because I'm getting dirt on it, but I'm sure they did back then as well. After our head fell, we do need to start laying a tarp out for that. It'd be a lot better. But the sword performs exceptionally well. It worked well with the back edge cut, which a lot of people would think wouldn't be that effective. It worked with all our blows to the head. Even a light blow, like just a casting it out there that much as if you were in a civilian situation trying to use your blade to defend with, actually did enough damage that it could have taken the guy out of the fight. That had been the end of the fight. It would have chopped it right into the skull. So that is wonderful. It's beautiful.
I love that pommel. I love the full tang and the grip. I think that it's just, as far as designs go, I think overall it's just everything about it's
Tim
great.
knew I was going to like this one. When he sent it, he actually told me he sent it specifically for me. So I was like, wow, this must be something nice. But I love the quality of their Damascus, is what they call Damascus, or pattern welded, which most of them, yes, they are pattern welded. This is a pattern welded blade. It's beautiful. 256 layers. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I had a great time with this sword. And Barbell,